Hey, it's Jim Shirley, and I'm with Resultspress. Today, I want to talk with you about a new and more effective way to create a unique selling proposition. Maybe you've already got one, maybe you don't. Here's why they're really useful: is when I work with companies who have one, it makes it a lot easier to work on their advertising, create effective ads, to write good language for their website that really helps their customers or prospects turn into customers. And it really helps with networking and when you're out with people, just trying to describe what you do as a business. So these are good reasons to have one. And if you've got one and you've just kind of thought a little bit about it, hey, I applaud you. I'm just going to give you a few ways to improve the one you've got or create one if you don't have one already. And I call this a new and more effective way because a lot of times, I see this definitions in my business planning books and stuff like that, and it's like these, I don't know how to describe it. It's just this sort of like academic exercise, like I'm just going to pull something out of my ass that's, going to be a unique selling proposition. And so my new and more effective way is actually kind of putting the two most important things, as far as I'm concerned, about a USP, a good USP, and giving those to you. So those two things that make a good one are knowing what do you sell and specifically who you sell to, and then merging those together into your unique selling proposition. And so what I promise to do is a couple of other videos where I dig really deeply into figuring out what you sell and who you sell to. Kind of sounds like, of course you know those things, but you really want to dig deep into them in certain ways so that you can kind of get into the language and the most important parts of your offer, so that you can articulate that really well in your USP. So what I thought I would do is just give you a couple of examples of USPs that I use, and those are I'm gonna read it here. I show successful realtors how to increase credibility, attract more leads, and convert leads to clients. So that's one. Or another one I have is I help attorneys increase credibility, attract more leads, and convert leads to clients. So let's just break those down. You've already picked it up, I'm sure, but basically, right off the bat, I know exactly who I'm talking to, right? So attorneys or successful realtors, right? In those two examples. Now, when I talk about who I sell to, I've kind of dug really deep into who that is, right? I know what my services cost. I know who I want to work with, and so I've spent a lot of time digging into who my service makes sense for, right? It doesn't make sense for somebody who's just kind of starting out and has no marketing budget, or somebody who's got a brand new business, and even though they may have a marketing budget, they may not see the payoff right away from investing in my kind of services as quickly as somebody who's more established and already successful. So, um, you know, those are just things that I've kind of honed in on when I'm thinking about who do I sell to, right? And then when I think about what do I sell, well, really on the face of it, I do websites, I do web design. I help people write advertisements and create advertisements. I do some copywriting. I help people do email newsletters and set up pages where people can sign up for the newsletter, and then basically help write the emails that go out automatically. So that stuff is terribly boring and makes no sense and has no proof of being able to be helpful to any of my prospects, right? And so what I've done when I think about what I sell is I really have to jump into who it is that I'm selling to. I kind of have to jump into their body and kind of look through their eyes and think through their mind, what they want, right? And so that's where the other half of my USP increasing credibility, attracting leads, and converting leads to clients, those are things that are more speaking their language. And so, and those are things I help with. I just do it through websites and email. But I don't want to talk about my features and benefits of my business. I want to talk about everything from the perspective of the language of my customers. So that's my new and effective way to create your unique selling proposition. What do you think about it? Do you have something to add to it? Do you have experience with a different formula that works? Let me know in the comments down below. And hey, while you're here, subscribe to this channel. I've got a lot of great information for you. And thanks again for dropping by.